against Marty now, which is weird because he used to take him to school when you were in kindergarten and everything else. You drove him to school, and now you're competing against him. Any pressure?
It's no pressure. It's very, very awesome for me, I was driving out here, and he was a few hours ahead of me, and he just said, hey, did you ever think when you was dropping me off at kindergarten we'd ever be roping against each other at the national finals? And I said, really? It never crossed my mind, not one time, buddy.
That's weird. And now you have a little girl right there. You want to stand up? She's like, no, I don't want to stand up. Sailor doesn't want to stand up. But your kids are growing before your eyes now, too.
You bet. Sailor, she's 8, and she's been a little bit under the weather the last few days, but she's doing good. And then I just seen Hunter and Blake running around over here. They was fixing to take off on this Polaris Ranger or something a minute ago. So.
Oh, gosh. Hey, when I knew them when they were little, they were crazy.
They're
could
still
beat me up at probably 12, and they were probably like 2 or 3, and they could beat me up.
They're a handful for sure.
So how are you going to handle it? What's your breaking moment, I guess? Every dad has that breaking moment. What sends you over the edge?
I guess all 3 of them locked in one room with you. That'll put you over the edge.
And they're all out here with you the whole time in Vegas, aren't they?
Oh, you bet. Hunter, he's big in playing basketball and stuff, so he hadn't come the whole time the last few years, just come a few days and fly back with my in-laws. So, but he made the decision he was staying the whole time. He's getting old enough to realize, hey, this is not a bad deal.
How it made the decision? That's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
So what advice would you give to parents out there? You're rodeoing full time and you're going to do all these things, doing all this stuff. What advice would you give a parent that's trying to do the same?
Yeah, just like I said earlier, it means so much to your kids growing up, because I know what it meant to me. Every single event that I could actually be there and be involved in and give my 2 cents in. Those are the things that mean the most. And a lot of parents are busy, and I know it doesn't work in their in their busy lifestyle, but it's the biggest role in my life, and it was the biggest role with having my parents there for everything, and through the good times, the bad times, and learning the rope, and all those hours in the practice pen that they were just standing right there and supporting me and pushing me and doing all they could to make me the best I could be.
Let's give it up for parents out there, because my parents are the reason I'm here today, too. So thank you so much for all y'all, because without y'all, we wouldn't be sitting up here. Marty wouldn't be sitting out there. Shane. It's pretty neat to have all these people out there supporting us as we're going. And if you don't have it, you don't really realize it. So it's pretty exciting. Right. Okay, real quick. Everybody asks you all the time, what advice would Cody Ohl give to a boy that wants to grow up to be the next Cody Ohl? But that, to me, is that's just boring. I want the gritty. Tell me really what it takes to be a champion.
I don't know. I give a lot of football speeches. I just sent in I was sitting in my room last night, and like I said, football team in my hometown is the biggest thing there is. And I just wrote pages after pages. Just had those little white notebooks, that just come in the hotel, and I had about 10 of them there, and it wasn't really like what I wanted to say, so I pushed those ahead. I wrote 10 more pages, and it wasn't what I wanted to say, so I pushed those ahead. And then finally I got to where I wanted to be, and then I texted all on my phone, sent it to Coach, and I was like, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to do. And it's those special times, that I just want them to know it's in rodeo, it's in life and everything. Every day that you don't give 110%, or like I said in this notes, I was like, every play that you didn't give 110% on, or every play that you missed, or every play that you could have done better on, you'll never, ever get that chance again, tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing with rodeo. It's 110 to win, and the rest it's not good enough anymore, and it's a cruel world if you're not in the top 15 every year, and it's not gratifying if you're not the best either. So it's like I told them the other day, it's 110 if you want to win. So there it is.
The next Vincent Lombardi right there. No, I'm just kidding. But going forward into your career, looking back over the span of your career so far, you've made mistakes. You've fixed them. What have you learned? What's been the biggest lesson you've learned through all of it?
I don't know. Everybody makes mistakes, but you got to just pick yourself up and move on, and hopefully every day you learn something from the last mistake you made, and the next day you're a better person. I'm who I am. You know exactly what you're going to get when you get me. I'm an ultimate competitor. I've been cussed along with Joe Beaver. You know, sometimes we say some things we're not supposed to say, but you know, it's just like I said, it's the fierce ultimate competitor in me. And if you don't have it, you're not going to beat me, I promise. So, like I said, they tried to throw a few monkey wrenches in us yesterday, breaking the calves in, and I said, guys, you're going to step up. I'll say it all, and I'll take all the fines, but y'all are we're going to be together on this, you know. And like I said, that's just the way it is. It's black and white, you know, and like I said, you know what you're going to get. So.
Today I got the grouchy. Right?
You
told me right off the bat. You warned me. So that's nice of you, because a lot of time people don't warn me, but you warned me. So up here right now, are you nervous sitting up here?
No.
Interviewing? No? It's casual?
Casual as it gets.
Well, in a minute, we're going to bring Marty and them up here. We're going to embarrass them some. We're going to have some fun with them.
Yeah, him and Shane, they need a little harassment.
Oh, definitely. Sure. For sure. And we need to talk about Shane's football team. They beat us bad. And I heard you like football.
Oh, yeah. That's we played, like I said, we played this weekend against Smart, which is a little town by Waco. So, you know, it's killing me that I'm not there tomorrow, but, you know, the whole team will be watching me rope tonight. And it just plays hand in hand. You know, it works out good, though, if they win out the next 2 games, and I'll be back for the state championship, and that'll be the most gratifying thing for me right now.
Definitely. What about football? Let's talk professional, college. Who's your favorite teams?
You know, I don't get into much of that. Like, we watch football on TV and my kids, and I just enjoy 2 great teams, you know, great quarterbacks, great running backs that are at the very best in their game. I just enjoy fierce competitors that hate to lose, for one, and that just give it 110% every play. I just enjoy great plays. You know, I don't have a really special favorite team in any sport, you know, other than Hico Tigers. So.
Oh my gosh, bring them back up. So I heard you're a football star, though. You know, I've heard from a few people that you had it.
I was pretty good. I just when I got that roster that some of the guys I was going to have to go against, it wasn't going to pair up very good. I didn't think so. So
are you saying we could have saw you playing somewhere?
Yeah, it'd been lower level college ball, but. You know, like I said, it wasn't what was going to get me to where I was wanting to go. It's my ultimate passion and my ultimate love in life. But rodeo, I knew, was going to get me to where I wanted to go. Same thing. I rode steers, rode bulls till I was 18, but back to the same deal. It wasn't going to get me to who I wanted to be. You know, I knew I could be a world champion. I knew I put in the work. I knew I put out the effort, and to be who I wanted to be in life, that's the road I took. And it was the right choice.
You know, all successful people have to make sacrifices to get where they are. And Justin Walker, who made this piece right here from Rockin' Out Jewelry, everybody check it out, he was telling me that he had a choice to either play basketball or he could tie calves. And what he did was he got a knife and cut his basketball laces out of his shoes. So what sacrifice have you made like that that's been hit or miss? You didn't know if you're going to choose it.
You know, I don't know. I've just been fortunate enough to be good at every level when I've coming up. So, you know, when I was 12, I kind of knew this is what I was wanting to do. But, you know, when I turned 13 or 14 years old, there was no other sacrifice. There was no other thing going to lead me away from the dream that I had. So it didn't matter what it was. Rodeo was what I was going to do and hope to be the best at it. And it's been a pretty good role.
Let's get back to the basics. How did you learn? Who was your person that helped you learn all the principles?
My dad taught me every phase of anything about roping, horsemanship. It was just every single day. You know, I'd come home from school, come home from football practice. He would got home from work, had me 5 or 6 horses saddle, the calves pinned. You know, just had everything prepared for me every day. You know, and as long as he knew I was giving 110%, he would do it every day, rain, sleet, shine, you know. But the only other person along the way that ever helped me was Joe Beaver's dad. Did just a few private lessons, like he would come to our house, you know. And, you know, just like every kid and every family, you get to a certain point, your mom and dad don't know anything, you know. So it was crucial that sometimes my dad brought Mr. Beaver in, but it was so funny because the same things my dad was telling me, but I had got to hear it from somebody else.
Don't you hate that?
I'm
sorry, Mom. I do the same exact thing. That she'll tell me one thing, and I'm like, there's no way. And then I'll watch myself and be like, ooh, Mom was right. That's embarrassing. So you want to bring them out? Let's bring them out.
Come on, Marty.
Okay, world champion Shane Hanchy and first-time qualifier, Mr. Marty Yates. Come on out.
Look at me now. Look at me now. Oh. I'm getting paper. Look at me now. Oh. Look at me now. Yeah. I'm fresher than a moth. Okay.
Are you guys ready?
You bet.
Bring on the heat. Were y'all sitting back there listening, trying to guess what we're going to ask you?
I was calming Marty down. He was walking around pacing back there for about 20 minutes.
Marty, I make you nervous, don't I?
I look nervous?
I said, do I make you nervous?
Oh, no.
No? Marty, this is a big year for you. First time to qualify, and your grandfather would be really proud of you. You're his pride and joy, and tonight you're wearing red for him, which is pretty cool. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody here today could be here, I would love for it to be him, because he was kind of living through me. It's what he always told me. He said, I know you're going to do big things, and I want to be there every step of the way, so this is all for him.
Shane, is there anybody here that this year you're riding for? You're going to be competing for them?
Oh, yeah. You know, my grandmother that had come to my first 3 NFRs, of course, she's always been watching over me, and she's been my biggest fan. We share the same birthday, so it's always good to think back and know what you're really doing it for.
What about you, Cody? Do you have anybody?
I got a couple, really. Got a great buddy, Ernie Terrio, that actually, lost his son a few years ago, that a horse had backed over the top of him when he was practicing and training a horse, and killed his youngest son in the box, actually backed over the top of him. And then, what's it been, 2 years later, he was getting ready to start training some horses and got bucked off in the arena and broke his neck. And he's been completely paralyzed from the waist, just from the waist down, I think. But waist down or not, it's all the same. But battling back every day and just sends me great scriptures and just keeps me, somebody that's at the very lowest of low, just to think about me first every day. And I got another great buddy that it's where I stay at. It's where I eat most of my meals when I'm in the Northwest. Daryl Salee, he's battling with a brain tumor. And, like I said, it's hard on any family, but his family's really struggling right now. And he was actually doing pretty good when we were up there, and got to spend some good time with him. And the last couple of months has been pretty rocky. So, both of them guys are just been very inspirational to me. Like I said, with my rodeo schedule that I like to have, I'll just dump my stuff at his house. Somebody in his family would run me to the airport to go home to my family, and so for his family to be going through so much hard times, it's tough on me.
It's not really sad, though, because it's a celebration of their lives and celebrating why you're here, because without those people, you wouldn't be where you are today. So let's have some fun. If you were president for one day, what would you do?
Obviously, first thing I'd do is bring them troops back that are overseas fighting for our freedom, that doesn't really necessarily need to be there, and spending the holidays with their families and loved ones would probably be my number one thing this time of year anyway.
Cody, what if you're president?
I'm with Shane. That's, all those troops going back and forth, and it just seems like we never bring as many back as we send, and it's they do so many, they allow us to do what we love to do, and it's that's the only thing right now that's on my mind that I would do if I was president. I'd try to make the biggest impact that I could be that day and do what's right.
Okay, if you were a commissioner of the PRCA for one day only, what would you do?
I think that they could do a whole lot more for us as a whole. Everybody can sit around here and talk about, well, I would do this and I would do that, but at the end of the day, it's about the guys that people are coming to watch. The fans. They're here to watch us. And they really don't think about that. They try to take care of themselves, I think. So I would definitely try to take care of the competitors more than anything.
Shane, you want to elaborate?
Restructure the board of directors. It's simple as that. One day, it's all it'd take. A few hours, restructure the whole board and open up our doors and let us wear a cinch down our sleeves, because they pay us more than obviously Wrangler does. So that's simple. Restructure our board.
Cody, do you have any input? I don't know if I want to hear grouchy input.
You really don't want my input right now.
Well, at least I forewarned you right there.
It's been 20 years, all I can tell you. and it's the same old crap every day. Nothing's gotten any better, and you know, we act like we do something when we get a little, you know, a little more added money for the national finals. You know, that jacket that I bought over here 20 years ago was $10. Now it's $100, and we barely go up a little bit in prize money. You know, we act like we're going to leave here millionaires. You know, but you don't even want to start with me. I mean, they've already got my feathers ruffled this week, and you know, when we walk into a calf roping meeting, you know, 3 days before the national finals, I don't know why they would call it a meeting, because there's no meeting. It's telling us what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, and if you don't, this is your circumstances. And you know, if you go to speak up, you're the scum of the earth, and you will get fined. So yeah, my list is already going. So 250, and then it adds to 500, and then 1,000. So
I feel like you collect the fines fast.
Yeah, they play a lot of golf here on me. But I promise you, they know when they're wrong, I call them out on it. So they're not gonna run many by me.
But let's take a little break from rodeo right now. Let's talk about some fantasy land where you're not a cowboy. What would you be doing right now, Marty?
I'd like to be about 4 or 5 inches taller and be playing basketball.
He's actually got some game, guys. I've seen pictures of him.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I need to be a little bigger to be very good.
Well, who's your favorite basketball player?
My favorite basketball player?
Yeah.
Well, it's always been Dirk forever, but he's getting kind of old. So that's my favorite team is the Mavs, but they're making fun of me up here. No, my favorite player probably, Hanchy, he's going to like this, but Anthony Davis for them Pelicans. He's pretty good.
Shane, you're like, What about you, if you were not a cowboy?
Oh, definitely would probably have tried to get into LSU some kind of way, and I don't know, been a grad assistant or something for the football team, or that's just what I lived through is that football program in my home state, and it wouldn't have been much else.
What about you? You said a while ago, we talked about it a little bit, but you didn't really elaborate. Any
You know,
occupation?
I would be right there in Hico, Texas, and be, you know, coaching. You know, to me, it's more about the kids side of it. You know, Shane can have that once they get in college and do all that. But I just try to motivate all those kids growing up there. You know, and it's working, and I get to be involved. You know, I go to every practice I can when I'm home, and I don't miss one for anything, and I dang sure don't miss a game. And that's what I'd be. I would actually go back to school probably and be on the coaching staff there in Hico.
Is that your escape, you know, because you're doing this all the time. You're rodeoing 24/7. Is that your escape?
My wife thinks I'm crazy, but that is my escape. So
He's laughing at
it's
you.
awesome.
What about you, Shane? Is that LSU football? You were, my goodness, if you follow him on Twitter, this guy, it's all about LSU football or something going on in any type of sport. So is that your escape?
Yeah, I would definitely say that sports in general. You know, and I picked up golf a few years ago, and that's really when you're on the road for so long, and you can get out of that rig and go play 18 holes, and you know, just because of the country we get to go see, and it's dumb not to experience some of them golf courses. And we got a few buddies that play with us, and we get together and we go hit some golf balls, and it just takes it away, and you can get back to your rig, and it'll put everything in perspective and let you get ready for the next one.
Marty, I know you're trying to hide from me down there. You're just trying to sit over there all calm, quiet. Yeah, come right here. Marty, move right there in the middle.
Do I really have to sit between them, though?
Yes, you're going to have to. You're too far away. What is Marty Yates' escape? What's your escape? What helps you get your mind off rodeo? Or is your mind ever off rodeo?
When I'm home, I don't do much else. All I do is rope, but then I got some cattle of my own, and I like to mess with that, and just so I have something else besides just rodeo.
Marty, you single?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you look away from me?
As
Not
they
really.
get.
Not really? Okay. Well, how old are you?
Do not listen to these two. Do not. I'm 20.
You're 20?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're not even legally able to do anything here.
Not legally.
Not legally.
Nope.
And you have all these girls throwing themselves at you out here. What is the one thing you look for in a girl?
breathing.
Don't turn red on me now. You can't give up.
Oh no, I like to make sure they got a good heart.
Got some music for you here. Okay, Marty, let's hear it. Lay it on us.
What I look for in a girl?
Yes. You know what the sad thing is? If I asked you what you look for in a horse, I feel like you could do it a lot better
Oh
than
yeah, I could do a whole lot better job.
But I'm putting you on the spot. You've already got
No.
all 3 of my questions, so what do you look for in a girl? Blonde hair, blue eyes,
Oh,
anything?
blonde hair, yeah,
Brown
for
hair,
sure.
brown
Yeah,
eyes?
blonde hair. I'm all blonde. You know, eye color don't matter a whole lot to me. They can't be too short though. I don't know.
That's literally all you look for in a girl. Bless your heart, sweet thing. I hope you never get married.
Hey, I'm not even close to getting married, so we're completely fine.
Well, Shane, are you single?
I am currently single,
And how old are you?
25.
25. What do you look for in a girl?
A lot more than Marty does. But I
Good.
think, yeah. Really, to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you because if I haven't found one yet, so I haven't found anything that's been worth it.
Y'all guys got real quiet real
He's
fast.
very picky because I don't recall ever him bringing one around us. So he's very dang picky.
Yeah. I haven't brought many around us.
Okay, y'all are getting so quiet and so nervous so fast.
I'm
It's
not
just a
nervous.
real awkward
Well, it's like
subject.
eHarmony. I'm fixing you up. Go with
eHarmony?
it.
Surely we don't need eHarmony.
I feel like I'm doing better in eHarmony because you got a little crowd. They can spread the word for you. 20 and 25, guys, if you know any friends out there. But, okay, let's talk about this, Cody. If you were to pick a celebrity for them to date, what celebrity would you pick for them?
That's a hard question. I don't get into much celebrity stuff either. I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV either, and I don't know. It'd be hard with these two. Like I said, I really don't know Shane's taste because he ain't brought one around me yet.
In your opinion, what's my taste?
Who's your celebrity crush, Marty?
My celebrity crush? I kind of got 2. Cameron Diaz for 1 and Jennifer Aniston for 2.
I thought it was khaki.
Jennifer
She
Aniston.
did not.
She's a
really
You
celebrity
deserve
realize
this
it's
week.
all going on YouTube, right? So people will see
that.
this.
Wow.
Jennifer Aniston is
I think
could
it's my dad's
could literally
crush,
be
too.
his mom.
Stand up out there,
That's
Angie.
fine.
You
No,
stand
I'm
up
just
there.
saying Jennifer Aniston's
Literally.
old enough to be his mom. Literally.
Well, we know from experience he likes older women, so I mean he's a pup.
That's true.
They're teasing Marty, poor guy, about this up here. We'll change the
I
subject.
should not have
How
got in
good-
between these two. That was a bad idea.
I thought it was fun. Cody,
Yeah.
do you have any questions for Marty or Shane that you want to know? You're supposed to be helping me interview.
You know, I don't know. I just I know this has been very special. I was not having a very good winter, and things weren't very good, and I took off rodeoing with Shane a couple of years ago and had the best time, you know, with anybody that, like I said, Blake, my little boy, got to go off with us, and it's because Shane Beasley was with us. So we just had a good time. Like I said, I'm not much into golfing. I'd kind of hang at the rig on that idea, but like I said, these guys are they're really special to me, you know, and we've shared some special times. And then Marty, like I said, you know, when my career started, I was living in Stephenville, and you know, his family and his uncle. I mean, everybody in his family is very special to me, and for him to come along and you know, it's been rough on him. You know, it's been rough, and for him to get to where his dreams were since he was 4 or 5 years old. I mean, it's special to me because I know the work ethic it took him, you know, and the hard times he battled getting to where he wanted to be, but he never looked back and never wanted anybody to feel sorry for him, and here he is.
I've looked up to this guy so much for us, not because his accolades or his talents in the arena, but the main thing that I noticed when I went with him or when he went with me was when Blake came with us was how great of a dad he was. And that's the first thing I told him was, you're the best dad I've ever, besides my own, that I've ever been around. And it taught me more about that not even to mention all the little small questions I've had inside the arena, from how I like my ropes to why he does this or why he does that. But this is a guy that I preach and preach that I'm a student of the game. I'm a student of the game, and I'll forever will be. But that's the teacher. No matter what everybody says, he's the greatest that's ever picked up a calf rope. There's no doubt about it. And I could sit here and tell y'all every round that he's won out here in Vegas. And for him to let me come in and be a part of his, not even success, but of his life, it makes me feel special that I know I've worked hard enough for him to realize that. And still at the same time, he's the one I go to this morning to ask if I need to do anything different to my horse, because he's not going to sugarcoat nothing. If he thinks I need to do something, he's going to tell me. He's going to make sure that that I understand what I need to do. And, just him getting choked up right there, that just goes to show you how big this guy's heart is, because he really does care about us no matter what. And he cares about, us doing good. And that's the main thing about Rodeo is his heart and willingness to help us as younger kids, because he don't have to. He's been there, done that, and got all the buckles, and we're after him, and he don't have to lend that hand, and he really does. And so I know on behalf of me and Marty, even when he wasn't with us this summer, we were still YouTubing videos of Rodeo. And we've been doing that since we were little, so it's just cool to even just be up here sharing the spotlight with a guy that we've looked up to for so long.
Yeah, it couldn't be said much better out there.
That was pretty great.
Words can't start to say what this guy has done for me and been there from whenever. Like he said earlier, when I was in kindergarten, he used to pick me up from school. We'd go rope, hang out all day long. Man, long hours talking to him helping me out. My family, they've been behind me 100% my whole life, and he's been just as close as one of them. Like I say, I can't say enough about this guy. All year long, I didn't rodeo with him this year. We started out, we went to Denver together, and it's just awesome for me to grow up and have this guy to look up to as a mentor. He means the world to me, and you watch everything, all the videos that this guy has. He's the best, no doubt, but that's not the best part about him. Like Shane said, it's all biggest heart, biggest guy. If we've been to, I know he puts on a bull riding there in Heiko. He helps out everybody in that community. He put on a calf roping the other day for Chris Kyle. Man, guys don't do that. He's one of the very few that will go out and help somebody like that. Words can't explain it.
There's a lot more to rodeo, and that's what it is outside of the arena. So let's give them all a round of applause, because you guys all are here for different reasons. Who has been your biggest fan throughout all of this? The person that, has been there cheering you on, whether it's midnight or 6 a.m. at Slack. Who's been that person for you?
My mother. She's been there since day one. I can't say enough. She's had to go through things that most people should not have to go through. She's my rock. My mom. My dad died before I was born, and when we'd go to junior rodeos, most other kids, they'd have their mother and their dad there, driving them all night to get to the next one, saddling their horses, paying their fees, just doing the little things. And I had my mom. It was me and her. So I can sit up here and it's been awesome, and I thank you for it every day.
Angie's pretty incredible, super mom back there. What about you, Cody? Who's been your biggest fan throughout all of it?
I'm on the same page. My mom, it's been there through all the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and it's very special, and it's not the same without my dad around, but it is what it is. He's seen me win all the stuff that he wanted me to win, and that's one reason, blowing up and down the road's not as important to me, because, it wasn't about me winning for him. It was just that he knew how to just push me all the time and push me in the right directions, and and to me, they're not as special without him anymore. You know, my sons, every time I lose, you know, world championship or close to one, and he knows I'm let down after the 10th round. You know, he's the first person crying. He's the first person hugging on me. You know, and last year was it was really rough on him, and but now it's, you know, it's kind of swapped off of my mom, you know, to my kids. You know, I can't really retire right now or give up roping because these are their special years. I mean, they eat, sleep, and breathe this out here, and my middle son Blake, it's unreal how close to everything he does in life. You know, whether it's playing football or roping, or his dedication to roping is sick. I mean, he is sick. I mean, it's 24/7. He's roping something, or, you know, he's tying a dummy 24 hours a day. I mean, the maids come knock on the door at the MGM and be like, he's tying this damn big old black calf in there, and they just slam the door like they have no idea what's going on, you know. But like I said, he ropes this next weekend out here, and it's going to be a very, very special day for him, and unbelievable day for me. And like I said, I'm actually starting the rodeo tonight on the horse that he's going to be riding Friday and Saturday. You know, I don't know how it's going to play out the rest of the week. I've got 2 great horses, but there's a chance he'll be roping here at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, and that same horse is going to go across to the Thomas and Mack, and I'll be competing on him as well. So that's pretty special, and especially to have a horse come along 2 months ago that's just a super blessing to my kid and to myself, you know, as well.
That's incredible. Shane, who's been your biggest motivation, your biggest fan?
Definitely my mom. Probably just same thing these guys said. My rock. The reason I do this. Just as she just learned so much from her work ethic to how she handles everything. So it's pretty obvious that it's my mom.
I'm very proud of all of you, every one of y'all, and y'all guys are the reason I even have a job. So I appreciate y'all guys coming on and taking time with me and spending time with all the fans.